Magical planners. It's that time of the year again. We're almost to the calendar new year, and you may be thinking, what kind of planner am I going to use this year? I have magical planners and I have magical planning tools. I'm going to share with you these planners. I'm going to share with you ideas for using them and ideas for not using them as well. As I go through, I'm going to give you all sorts of ideas for using planners in different ways, and I'll just use each one of these books and planners as a springboard for that. So stick around through the whole thing. If you're thinking about this year, what you're going to do magically and how you're going to do it, it may be that you're trying to figure out, am I going to use a planner and how I'm going to use a planner? And I'm going to give you a lot of ideas because, oh my goodness, I've had so many planners, like an amazing amount of planners. And I can tell you what's worked for me and what hasn't. So let's go through these pros and cons and these beautiful books to help you make a decision. There are all different sizes of planners. I'm going to go through each one of these and just kind of highlight different aspects. When I am planning out for the year, I have learned that I just don't plan ahead very far. Some of you may, but I do not. This is the smallest of all the planners. It's the Year of the Witch planner. It says Seasonal Intuitive Magic, and it's by Temperance Alden. She is a witch and artist. It's got this great little pocket in it. So think about it. Do you use your planner in this way where you would need to stick little things in it for later? This has one on the back and the front, and it is lovely. Hey there, diviners. I'm jumping in here real quick to let you know that I have a newsletter that you can sign up for down below. But not only that, I have a free Discord, and there are all sorts of really cool people over there doing things together, and it's all free. So there are meetups there where people get together and discuss the book club. There are meetups where people discuss tarot and the different decks that they're playing with. And then there's just like Sunday meetups where people get together and just get to know each other. It's really a lovely community. And if you're looking for a place to kind of work your magic and learn about different things and just have community, it is great. So you can check that out at my website, which is www.tarotandwitchery.com. A place for your name. It's got just a little notes page there, and then it's got the Year of the Witch. You're not going to find a ton in this planner as far as stuff that is on the pages. It's going to be a lot for those of you who are minimalist, who want something smaller, and maybe are using this in very distinct ways. So create Year of the Witch uniquely yours. This is your personal, you've got a personal goals. There's your little wheel of the year. Important holidays, and then of course you've got your month in advance. There are no tabs on here, so you'd have to add tabs if that's important to you. I do have other planners that have tabs. And then you've just got this simple space. There isn't much in here other than the moons and some regular holidays that are listed in here. So then when we get before the next, so we have the winter silence meditation. So she's got these little articles throughout to sort of inspire you. If you're looking for something minimal, where you just want to know where the moons are and you just are using your planner very strictly for day-to-day life, I think this is a great planner. This could also be a good magical planner if you just want something small where you're keeping track of what you're doing magically. I think this is a great planner if you get overwhelmed really easily. You're not going to get overwhelmed by this. There's not a lot going on in here. You can fill in just what you need. It's the perfect little undercover planner too. Not too big and bulky. It's also good for those of you that live a magical life, but maybe it's agnostic, right? So I really appreciate this planner and the art in it and its simplicity. But let's move on to something a little bit more intense for those of us who are into planetary magic. Maybe you want something that helps you look at the planetary aspects. If you are way into planetary magic and astrology, this is Llewellyn's Daily Planetary Guide. And maybe you're wanting to get more into astrology, you've been dipping your toe, or maybe you're already there. This is probably the planner that's going to be a better fit for you. So it goes through the basics of astrology, which is really nice. If you're new, you can keep using the book and referring back here, and it can be just a very gentle learning tool. Okay, the houses, it's got all about the houses, which is really nice. So you would have to have your own You would have to have your own planetary chart in here. So I don't see it, but I would probably print my chart off so I would know what house things were aspecting in and transiting in. Okay, so it talks a little bit about different transits, retrograde planets, moon influences, moon voids. So you're going to get just basic education. You've got a chart in the beginning for lunar dates of importance, like eclipse dates and your new and full moons, planetary motions, phenomena, and then it's going to go through all of the major transits for 2026, and it's going to talk just briefly about them. You're also going to have a weekly overview of what is important and going on during that time of the year. I really like this kind of stuff because it reinforces my knowledge and helps me to just keep tracking with the energies and how they're feeling magically for me. Then on each day, you've got the aspects that are going on. And so, I mean, that's a lot. I mean, you can plan out your days and weeks with this planetary magic, but what you will see, there's a key up here, what you will see is that there is no month at a glance. So if you're really wanting to try to move in this direction, this may be a great way for you to keep referring back and learning and getting familiar and tracking energies. Also choosing when you want to do magical work based on planetary actions that are going on, but maybe you're thinking, ooh, that is way too much for me. Well, let's take it down a notch then. Here's the Witch's Date Book by Llewellyn. This is a great little witchy planner. And what I like about it is not only does it take you into a place of being able to plan magically, but it is inspirational with its articles that are in here. Okay, so it says how to use it. It's got the signs of the planets, and then it's got a little key for how you'll find, oops, there's the month at a glance, so that's nice. But it's got a little key for what you'll find going on every page, and that's important, right? So you have that for reference. Again, you can kind of grow in your planetary knowledge, but there's not a ton. It's not every aspect at all. So, yeah, so like here it'll tell you this is a planting day, which is kind of like, and then this is a harvesting day. So it also has that. It's got the moons, quarter signs, where they're at, if there's a void, of course, which I'm going to talk about moon planning here in a little bit with you. But it also has these little articles that are in the beginning. So there's protection magic in this one for the 2026 year. Maybe you're watching this on a different year and kind of wondering. There's mystical portals of wealth expansion. So here this year they chose to do a numerology. This is kind of cool, kind of inspires you about numerology. Daily magic, mindfulness, tarot spells. So there's all these little articles. I don't want to ruin it if you decide to get it. I don't want to tell it all. There's cute artwork in here. There's enough room for your basic recording of things. Here's a downside. There's no cord to keep it closed. That's kind of a bummer. I do like this size. It's smaller. And I do feel like this is really portable. I like this. I like that it's spiral because it lays flat and I can go like this if I want to. That is something that you may want to consider when choosing a planner. You'll see that the moons are clearly listed on here so you can see them. I think this is a great inspirational planner if you've been kind of wanting to tip a little bit more magically and just kind of open up your planner and find that, wow, I'm kind of inspired. I'm being reminded of what's going on planetarily. The artwork is sort of inspirational. It's taking me into a more enchanted space. It's really user-friendly. You can choose to look up some of the aspects, but you don't have to. There's not a ton going on here where it's overwhelming. I think this is a great way to sort of pump up the enchantment in your life when using a planner like this. So this is the Llewellyn's Witch's Date Book. But what if you're the type of person that likes a bigger date book, you want more space, you want something that's maybe a little bit more dark academia? I've got this one, The Waiting for the Night. This one is really cool. I can't wait to show you this. I think this date book here is good for someone who maybe you like journaling, you like adding a lot of stickers. It's something that you do every month. I went through that for a while, but I couldn't keep up on it. So this has got a lot more space. It does have this, and we'll go into the features. This magical planner is waiting for the night. It's got a elastic band that will hold it closed. It's got this foiling on it. It's a little bit larger. This is nice because you can take it off and then stick it on the week that you're at. And that makes it easy to just open to the day. You've also got tabs, which is really nice. You've got your yearly goals that you can set out. There's not a ton of stuff because, I mean, some of these planners are so intense, and I've done them. You've got a couple dot pages here, so you could do like a vision board for the year if you wanted right here, or you could make some notes, whatever it is you want to do. And then you've got sort of these cute little, I guess they're dark academia. Is that what you would classify these as, pages? And then you've got this really cute page at the beginning where you've got read, listen, and watch. So you can like put down different things that you're hoping to do. And then these other two spaces that maybe you're doing goals or, you know, whatever it is that you're tracking. You could even put in a little habit tracker here if you wanted to. You've got this really nice big full calendar open page of the month. And this is probably the part of my calendar that I use the most because I need to be able to mark down like when videos go up, when I have clients. You know, if I'm doing a reading, I need to know, and I need to be able to look up and see right away. If I have a class I'm teaching, you know, all the different things, your doctor's appointments. And then you've got a list over here of things that you can do. And I tend to use this part of my calendar the most. Think about it. Think about it. I'm serious, you guys. A calendar will not make you more organized unless you use it. It will not make you more magical unless you actually put the effort into enchanting your life and being conscious. So this isn't going to make you more witchy. I just want to state that. But it can be something that inspires you. And then you've got these spaces here. And I like that they're kind of blocked. This is something that I appreciate. I also appreciate that the Saturday and Sunday aren't smaller. Sometimes they make Saturday and Sunday like insignificant, and this is when I get all of my work done on the farm. So I need to be able to make lists over here. It also has an area for lists and just like this little extra area. So that's basically what it is. You do have at the end, I thought this was cool, you've got a spread. So you could do a month in review spread here. You could make this about goals. You could do it gratitude. You could do anything here that you want. You could have just a little overview of your month. I always start out really good at the beginning of the year of doing like reflections, and then I just fall off. So I'm just being really real here. I have found that just is not a thing. There's a couple pages in the back, actually more than a couple, for notes. And then there are these stickers, and they're kind of cute. They're sort of like kitschy. Like bats and shopping carts, like it's a shopping day, I guess. I'm going to go shopping on this day. Coffee date, I don't know. Wine party, I don't really drink. I'm not sure. Maybe this is a fire, but these are super cool. Like these stickers are so fun. If you're into stickers and putting stickers on, then you'll find that they have 3 pages of stickers. They have these little ones. So you could add in all of your planetary things as you go along. I think this is a planner for people who are a little bit more into planning their month out and really need more space. But wait, there's more. Don't go away yet. The 2026, Llewellyn's 2026 moon sign book. Why the heck would you use a moon sign book? If you have been wanting to get into lunar magic, having a book like this is really gonna make it a lot easier for you. I'm gonna go in depth into what they cover in here. This is probably the book that I'm most excited about. The moon is a big deal out here on the farm, and it's just a big deal for me. I can move around at night if there's a moon. I really do a lot. Believe it or not, on the second and fourth quarters of the moon, the quarter moons are really big for me. If you've been thinking about getting into lunar magic, this could do it for you. And I want to say, I have never had this book. They've had it for years, and I have done lunar magic without this. I have an app on my phone for free that tells me where we are in the lunar cycle. And if if you don't want something this big, you can just use a free app. For that fact, a lot of you probably don't even use paper planners anymore. And maybe using this as your daily book is not what you want, and you really want a magical planner that is just for keeping track of spell work and such. So let's jump into Llewellyn's moon sign book here, because I'm excited about this one. Let me know if you guys want me to talk really more about like working with lunar magic here. This book has got it all. So if you're wanting to learn about the lunations, all right, because this is kind of like, this is sort of the weekly, you've got a weekly lunation calendar in here, but then, sorry, it gets into all the different phases of the moon, like waxing Gemini, and it talks about that. It's got a planting guide, companion planting guide. It's got all of these beautiful tables in here that tell you where the moon is at, like when it enters, and it goes through just day by day. And I actually use this because I enjoy knowing when there are voids. Here's about the zodiac signs, nature and fertility. It tells you about different actions that you can take. So it's different ways for you to connect with the moon that maybe you've never even thought about. So maybe you don't do it all the time. You know what I mean? Maybe you're just like, you're on again, off again, but you're going to pick it up and you're going to be able to make connections to the moon that you maybe might not have. Look at this: brewing, build, business, clothing. There's just all these different connections to the moon that you could explore that can help you understand lunar tides within yourself and make those connections and understand how you personally work with the moon at the phase of life that you're in, okay? Because we're all in different phases, right? And then there's this great thing on using this right here, which is so cool. This is what I'm really excited about right here. You've got this moon table, and on this side, it tells you when the moon goes into a sign, what element that is, the nature, and then the phase that it's in. This is your basics for planning spell work, right? Because you're going to understand what Virgo is linked to. You can look back here and you can do your own associations. Then you move over here and you've got the aspects. So if you just want to get into astrology a little bit and dip your toe, the moon is great, and it is the closest orb to us, right? It is the one that is directly affecting us the most, right? So I really appreciate this table here, where it's going to tell me the oppositions on that day in all of the planets and all of the signs. So over here, you're going to look at what your moon sign is, and then you'll be looking at that for that day, whether it's favorable, like with a big F, yes, this is very favorable. If it's a little bit favorable with the small case f, if it's unfavorable with a big U, or a little bit unfavorable with the little u. And then you have your trines, your oppositions, your squares, your sextiles in each one of the planets on these days. So, and it goes into what each one of those mean. So you just can get this basic idea. And then it goes through and you've got your week by week lunation here. It's amazing. I cannot wait to move into this. They've got the economic forecast for the year, all these different things, new and full moon forecasts. It's obvious that this floats my boat, but if you have not been thinking about going into lunar magic, you don't need this book. Just because I'm thrilled about it, and maybe you're like, oh, maybe I could be like that, or maybe that would be fun. If this isn't your jam, don't tell yourself it is. We do not need to be purchasing stuff thinking that we're going to be that person. This is something that I've cultivated for years. It's the next step. I've never used this book. It was sent to me, and I'm thrilled that it is. I have one more book here. Oh, where is it? This one right here. And I want to tell you, Llewellyn offered me a ton of books, and I just took the ones that I felt like were really things that I would use and I could really strongly recommend as a practitioner. So just because I don't use it doesn't mean that you wouldn't use it, but it's just lots of things I won't use. There's so many sparkly things out there, and I just know that I have got caught up in the fantasy of, if I buy this book, then I'm going to be this kind of magical practitioner. Pull apart your fantasies. We need to get away from consumerism. This is my own soapbox, but we need to get away from throwing garbage into the earth and generating garbage. As natural witches, we are stewards of this planet, and it is our responsibility to be respectful of what we purchase and mindful. So I'm done. That's my thing. But this one right here, Llewellyn's 2026 Witch's Companion. I don't need to open this up and show you everything, but I will tell you that this is basically filled with different articles that have been written by different magical practitioners. If you are looking for a book that's going to introduce you to new ideas for your practice, this would be a great inspirational book to have for the year. It's perfect for your toilet or like right before bed. You just pick it up and you read an article. You've got magical ideas, magical action, practical magic, healing magic, calendars, and moons. All right, so I just open up to this one here, and I have to tell you, I did not look through and look at all of it because I don't want to ruin it for me, and I don't want to tell you a ton about it because I don't want to ruin it for you either. Gemstone Gateway, using crystals to supercharge your spell work. So it's just like about 11 pages. And just really practical stuff on doing that. Different ideas. I mean, I'm seeing here 16 different ideas just in this one little part for working with this type of magical inspiration. A couple more articles. Building a pagan community. Spell casting anecdote for inspiration. And they have something on AI and misinformation in here. So again, I have not looked at a lot of the articles because I don't want to ruin the surprise. This is the book for you if you just want something to kind of get you thinking in a new direction and allowing yourself to be inspired in fresh ways and give you something new to try. And it's a book. I've got this thing about holding a book in my hand. I know I've got tons of them back here, and I regift them and I buy them used. But there's something about holding a book in your hand. The smell of the ink. Oh, I like the smell of the ink. I do. The paper, the tactile writing in it. You know, this is also something that you could put on your shelf and collect. This is not something that's specific to this year except for the moon dates in the back. So this is something that you could even pass down to a teenager. This could be a great Christmas gift. It'd be a great Christmas gift to ask for. Yeah, this was I was surprised. I kind of went on a limb when I asked for this, and I really appreciated just the little bit that I've looked at it. So, in conclusion, if you made it to the end of this, I still got a little bit more to go, but if you made it to this point, put some little books down below. Magical planners. Are you going to plan your magic? Are you going to plan out your spells? Do you need something that's lightweight with planetary aspects? Think about what kind of planner do you want, what kind of spine you like. Is it important to have something that holds it closed? Are you going to use it? Are you really going to use it? I have a tendency to use a planner for a little bit and then I peter out and I come back to it. You know, think about your spending. Think about what you're really going to do. Don't get caught up in who you think you'll be if you get, you know, a new shiny book. Instead, think about, how am I going to use this, and what can I do in order to inspire myself this year to live more magically?